All right, today we're reviewing the website of Erica Cummins Photography based out of the Swan Hill area in Australia. Design-wise, I think the site's a little simple. It's nice. It's got a nice fuchsia color, nice white background, but I think I think the site lends itself to having a little bit more detail pulled out of it. I can sense that it's going for a pretty aesthetic, but the concept I think needs to be tightened up just a little bit to pull that off. Maybe little accents here and there to really tie it together. In the hands of a really capable web designer, this can be a really well done site. Maybe, focusing on the font a little bit, some type. I think that can really help. Now, what I do love about the site right away is that it's completely and totally simplified for the user. You have just two options here: information and contact me. That's really great. They only get those two options, and this is really essentially all any photographer needs. And I applaud you for staying simple. People will either contact you or not. There's no beating around the bush. I really do love it. I do think there's a few things that we can do to help you out, though. Here on the home page, scrolling down, you got really good content here. That's great. But on the home page, this is almost a formula for me and how I set up sites, design sites, and program sites, is to include a photo of yourself. A really nice photo of you looking into the lens, connecting with the people, your audience, right away. Remember, you're what they're after, so make sure that you include that personality right up front. I took a look, SEO-wise, I think you're looking pretty good for, you have a title tag of Modern Swan Hill Wedding Photography by Erica Cummins. I think that's great. You've got it here in your content area, so you've got your keywords there. Down on the bottom, I noticed you have this as a link. I would actually remove that. You can keep the words, maybe just copyright Erica Cummins, Swan Hill Wedding Photographer. But I wouldn't necessarily leave this as a link. Things have kind of changed in the last couple of years SEO-wise, so it could be viewed as a little spammy, and you might get hit for quality by Google. I know it's a small thing, but I would just go ahead and get rid of it. I would also get rid of the Instagram and featured weddings, because you have a really nice aesthetic going down, and then it gets kind of mixed up a little bit with the white edges and these extra photos. It just kind of breaks up the flow of it. It was nice and simple, and then it gets broken up and kind of chaotic. Also, having people leave your site to go to Instagram shouldn't be an intended result. You want people to stay on your site. Now, I don't mind the links down here, these boxes here. It's a simple enough of a site. It doesn't really feel redundant to me in this case, because there's so little for people to do, which is great. It just reinforces that they should go to one of these places. And then there's that extra option there. Looks like for your blog post, or for your blogs. For the footer, I think you could do away with all four of these columns, and maybe even just do a section where you have the praise. Your testimonials go full width. That might be a way to do it. You can always add your social links as small icons up here in the upper right, or somewhere. Let's see here. The info page is really great. I loved what you did on the info page. You got just about everything a potential client would want when they're looking to hire you, which is great. It's interesting too, because this is not what every other photographer does. So this has you stand out by putting the client first rather than your images, which is what most photographers think that their clients want to see, is just a bunch of images. But you got a lot of really great information here. This is what I would call like a service page or a landing page. You've already got that set up, which is really great. I am a little bit nitpicky on things like lining up elements properly in a page. So with this photo here, I would have that go full width and line up with these other elements in the page itself. Or you could even resize it smaller. You could even resize it smaller and have it be, maybe 3/4 width with something else, some other text or, content taking up the other quarter. Scrolling down here, I really love the prices, availability, and what's next. I love these little sections here that you have in here. But I would give it something to define each element, a box or a container, something that makes them stand out on their own. It could be even just a different background color. But you want it to break up the page visually, so it's a little bit easier to read for your viewers. And then it might be a bit much to ask, but the testimonials are actual graphics, and ideally they would be actual text. Now there's some great things you could do in WordPress. Some of it might take a developer like myself or someone else to do, but setting up something that can be automated and pull in random testimonials would be really great to have for the future. Okay, let's see here what else. But it's really good looking. I'm a huge Top Gun fan. And I saw that, I cracked up. That was so great. I love the Top Gun. I hope that wasn't Halloween. I hope you just dress like that all the time. That was so cool. All right, so then the Contact Me page. Contact page is good, but you have this large image right at the top. And you force people to scroll down to find the actual contact form. Now the point of this page is to contact you. So you want to get to that right away. That should be right up there. That should be the thing that people see right away. And that's not to say that you can't have a photo, but maybe you use something that's really engaging, like an emotive picture of a bride looking right into the camera. And that could be on the side of the contact form rather than above it. And you can do that in WordPress by left and right aligning the photo, and that should have the contact form wrap around it. Having a really good picture of a bride looking into the camera may encourage more brides to see themselves in that bride's place and want to be photographed to you and fill out that form. So like I said, the contact, this is a really well thought out page, no fluff. You're like, this is me, shoot me an email. I think it's great as is. I'd maybe just work with a designer to kind of tighten it up, finish off that concept of the site design a little bit on the little paisleys that you have on here. I think there's something that you can do to kind of polish it off a bit, and then a few little things here and there to make it a tad more user friendly. But really well done, Erica. This is a really great site. If you have any questions, just let me know. Thanks.